I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and today I'm doing a solo playthrough of Honor's End from IV Studios. This is a prototype, all rules and components subject to change, and that prototype aspect is specifically relevant here. There's some rules changes I'll already be playing with, just based off of feedback already. But past that, this is a crowdfunding campaign. I'll have a link to that campaign down below. And with that, let's go ahead and walk you through what this game is, and then set up and starting to play. The basic idea is we're going to be playing through 3 bosses over here. We have these 3 enemies. We have to take all of them down. We have enemies 1, 2, and 3. They have been taken randomly from the pool of enemies, and we already have them set up. I know the first one, because I can see him over here. The others, I don't even know what I'm facing off against quite yet, but once we take down all 3 of those, we win. Alternatively, there's several ways to lose, but the most important is going to be if you run out of honor. We have this track of honor over here, and when we have that 8 honor, when it goes down to 0, that means we lose. There's ways to gain honor, and there's lots of ways to lose honor, because we're going to be rolling threat dice against us every single turn. That's going to be these dice, which are going to start off with 1, because we're playing solo over here, and you're going to be rolling these, and these can give you wounds or can cost you honor if you don't deal with them. You're also going to be escalating the number of these dice on a regular basis, which means we have to be very careful to try to keep all the bad things in check. We'll walk you through more of that as we play. But this is a deck building game. We're going to be building up our deck and gaining a whole ton of fun little things from this pool of extra cards over here, all giving us more tools at our disposal to try to take down the enemy. So basically take down 3 bosses or alternatively run out of honor. That's the main structure of what you're doing. If you're familiar with deck building games, the core concept will be very familiar and you'll be able to follow what I'm doing very quickly as we play. But with that, let's go ahead and start off with setup, because setup is going to have us having our 9 card starter deck over here. We're going to take 1 card from each of these decks. These cards over here, I'll show you them over here so you see them. We basically have our hero cards over here, we have our wound card, and then we have our advanced cards. Those are the 3 things we're going to be adding to our starter cards. These are random, they've been shuffled, and I'm getting Gerald over here, who has a main effect on the next, double the main effect on the next played action card. I like that, that's a fun one. We have awareness over here. Oh my gosh, if you played this combined with that, you would draw 6 cards, but you wouldn't be able to do anything with them, although you probably would, because you'd be able to do this effect over here. So lots of fun things. We're going to take those, we're going to shuffle them into our deck. Let's go ahead and shuffle that up for us. We also are going to start off with I believe it's called, I call them potions because I got taught it as potions, but they're called something else. They're called consumables, I believe. We have our Vial of Renewal. Let's actually put that, you know what, let's try to keep the Vial of Renewal down here, because we're going to put our equipment over here. So we're going to start off, I'm going to continue shuffling because I need to do that. We're going to pick one of the 4 starting equipment, and the others are going to get shuffled into the deck. Now, normally I have a preference for the quiver, because you get to draw an extra card every turn, and I love drawing cards. In this case, because of the solo mode, we'll walk through how that plays shortly, because of the solo mode, I'm going to take this one over here, which is going to give us one of these dice, one of these inspiration dice every single round, which is awesome because that works very well with the solo mode. Although it does slightly bother me because that means I kind of always want to play with that when I play solo, and that's probably not the way I'm going to do things. I'll mix things up. This is my first solo playthrough, by the way, so let's go ahead and dive into that. So let's shuffle our deck, let's do our things. Also, right now, I'll tell you that this boss over here normally would have 15 health, because you look at this boss over here, it's 15 health, you add 5, that brings you to 20, but again, I mentioned there's going to be some changes over here because prototype, we're going to be reducing 5 health from each of the tiers. So level 1 boss, instead of being 15 plus 5, is going to be 15 plus 5 minus 5, or 15 health over here is the end total. We're going to be subtracting 5 from each tier. Generally, it's going to be 15, 25, 35, or I guess in solo, 15, 10, 20, 30, but then individual bosses do have modifications to that. So we're going to go ahead and run through this. Let's shuffle this deck up. Let's shuffle my cards up one more time. Let's draw 5 cards, and let's show you how this plays. First things first, in the enemy phase, we're going to advance the enemy track, which means we're going to advance this over here, and we're going to see what that does. We're all going to go ahead and get a wound, which is not great. I don't want to get a wound, honestly, but all players have to get a wound. That's what that spot says. We're looking at this symbol over here. We're looking over here, and I'm going to take a wound. Let me draw my hand of 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. We're going to put our deck back over here. I'll show you my deck so you can get a general sense of things. We already have a wound, which is not great. We're going to take a wound. We're going to add it to our discard pile over here, and then we are going to take our turn. So with our turn over here, we distribute and roll dice. So we distribute the roll the dice. We're going to take our 1 danger die, which is what we start off over here, and we're going to roll this die over here, and we got, ooh, that is amazing. That's a great start. It's honestly a little unfair. That's a great start. There's 2 of those sites, 2 of those faces on this 8-sided die, which means I had a 1/4 chance, a 25% chance of getting that. That means nothing bad is going to happen to us, and if we block it, we actually purge the die, getting rid of it, which is a great way to start the game. So I'm really incentivized to block that and get us started off to a to a good start. But with that, also I'll note that there is a story mode you can play through as a prologue as well as chapters. That will both guide you through the initial game and setup and things like that, while also giving you more gameplays. I'm not doing that right now because there's lots more reading in that, and that could be fun for you as a player. It's a little less fun to watch in my opinion, so we're going to dive straight into playing the game. Here are our cards. Now we're playing a deck build over here. We have our 5 cards. We're going to be adding cards. We'll walk you through how that works later, but with these cards, what I'm trying to do, let's move this a little off to the side. In fact, we probably won't use this right now. It's very cool. It's very helpful at higher player counts. At lower player counts, it's not quite as helpful, but by lower player counts, I mean solo. Playing it solo is not as helpful. But we have our cards over here. Now, the first thing to note is a card that has this over here, which are these two. That means you can continue to play a card. Effectively, it brings us another action. So this card is an action. We get one action, and we can play another action through that little chaining arrow over here. But we have to be mindful of what we're trying to do over here, because we could re-roll dice. I don't think I care about that right now, which means this card is not quite as useful for what I'm doing. We could try to get rid of this card, which would be great. Getting rid of the wounds early on can be very helpful. We also are going to get an inspiration die, which we have to add because of this card over here. And also we get the Squire, because the Squire is going to happen in this effect, in this turn. Generally, in a normal game, you would have a planning phase where you can discard cards to help your team. You don't do that in solo. Instead, you have the Squire who helps your team. He gives me 3 rerolls, which is a waste of time. I don't need these rerolls. This would be great later on. Right now, it's a waste of time. But I could assign a danger die. I could assign an inspiration if I get one. I'd have to roll it. But if I get an inspiration, I could assign that to one of these and then get those 2, which could be helpful-ish. We shall see. Honestly, I think the Squire card is not quite what I want it to be right now. So we'll see. We'll play it out. Anyways, back to my hand over here. The way these cards work is you have the top part. I'm going to get this part no matter what. Then if you play another card, because you can chain into it, great. And the other cards, you can tuck them. Basically, this card saying that if we tuck a blue card underneath it, for example, like so, then I would get a shield, and I can use the shield to negate the effects of one of these dice. Although in this case, because it's the yellow, I can simply purge it from the pool. So even though the yellow dice is not as much of a threat, it's still helpful to block them because they stop them from hurting you later. This card is nearly a dead card to me. Oh my gosh, the way this hand is set up it's something special, because I could have an interesting starting turn. I could draw this and then tuck a card. I could play this to get 2 more draws, which might be helpful, because if I did this, I don't want 2 more draws, because I could tuck this underneath there, this underneath there. Okay, we're gonna do a lot over here, but let's start with this. We're gonna play this card over here. Okay, this card's gonna be played, and we're going to draw 2 cards. Now that means we no longer have a play effect. We don't have a play effect because, well, there's no play effect. But I could tuck a blue card underneath this to get a play effect, which I'm leaning towards doing, especially now that we got some of these over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this card underneath this one, and that, by the way, I'm going to start with that. Sorry, I probably should have done that. Well, I don't actually need to, because I'm going to go ahead and tuck this one underneath this. So I'm going to do the correct order. I'm going to tuck this one underneath this, which is going to give us another play effect. So now we can play, and that means I'm going to be able to continue playing a card. So I'm going to play this card over here, and then tuck a card underneath it, which is going to help me get rid of this card. From there, we get to still play on a card, though, and I could play this one, and then I could tuck another card to play it, but again, I don't know if that necessarily helps us. We do want this. So this card is still going to be a dead card, but I think that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this over here, and that is our chain. This card we could hold on to for next round, or we could discard it. I'm leaning towards discarding it, but we'll see. That's going to be the sequence of play. So let's go ahead and resolve this over here. We're going to trash this card. Now normally if you trash a card, it gets removed from the game, but wounds go to the bottom of the deck, which is important because if you run out of wounds, you're going to lose honor instead, which is not good. So getting rid of your wounds is helpful on several counts. Other resolutions, we already did drawing. We're going to be able to move up 1 on the monarchy. There's a few different symbols over here. You saw this one. I didn't get to play it, but this symbol is a reroll, which helps us reroll these dice. We don't want to do that. And this symbol over here, this one lets you move up on the temple track. Oh, I could do that. That's a temple track. I should do that. Maybe I should go ahead and roll this to move up the temple track twice. That could be good. So you know what? Before we get to the resolution, let's take that card back. Maybe we're going to change our actions here. So we're going to do a little bit of take backsies on not the information we don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and roll this die over here. We got a double one. Okay, that's interesting. So does that help us? Does that help us right now? I think it helps us a minor amount. So what we're going to do is we have this 2 inspiration, and we can use that towards, I don't know if it helps us that much because we can't split it up, unfortunately. We can't split it up. So I think we're going to go ahead and assign this inspiration. I kind of wish, whatever, it is what it is. We're going to assign that inspiration over here, which is going to give us 2 for the temple track over here. Then we're going to play this card over here like we originally planned. And this card still is going to be a dead card, but I think it's the right move. So now if we resolve, we're going to take this card. We're going to put it underneath our wound track over there, getting rid of it, get underneath our wound deck. We're going to be able to move up 1, 2 on this track over here. So we're going to spend this on this track. We can only go one way. Actually, we can go up, but I think we want to get a card because I do love cards. So we're going to spend a 2 over here to move it to this direction and get a card. In general, you can move up, or you can move directly up, or you can move to the side, choosing what benefits you get along the way. We're going to take these cards over here because we got that benefit. We're going to take 3 of these cards and pick 1. In solo, you pick 3 and pick 1, which we'll do that in a second. Otherwise, you do your player count plus 1. So over here, we did that, and then we have 1 over here, which we can use that to go up 1 here, getting a potion. So we have a potion over here. We also had this vial of renewal, this consumable. We had this vial of renewal, which we could have spent to draw 2 cards, which we didn't do this round. So we've done no damage. We've done no damage to the baddie over here, but we are starting to build our way towards a slightly better deck. These cards are going to clear, and let's see what we got from these new cards. So we got these cards over here. These are going to be our 3 heroes we get to choose from. So we start off with another hero almost immediately. So now we have 2 heroes in our deck. This one's going to let us trash cards. I do love trashing. I do. Early game trashing is everything. And the ability to spend multiple of those to get that is early game trashing to build my way towards a better deck. A deck that I get to see the best cards always. I like the idea of it. This one lets me move up twice on the monarchy. This one lets me move up 1 on each. And both of these let me spend for things. I think I'm going to take the trashing. We're going to take the trashing. That's what we're going to go with over here. And we're going to take these. And I'm going to tuck these underneath the deck. I don't think that actually matters, but we'll see. I might be doing that wrong. Full disclaimer there. But that's going to be that. That's going to be our turn. And then we go to the next round. We resolved everything. We discard any cards. We draw up to 5. And we pass leader, which you won't do in a solo game. So I'm going to draw my 5 cards over here. And then we're going to continue with the next resolution phase. The next advanced phase, enemy track phase. We're going to move this up over here. Oh, and I forgot to do this over here, but you have to move this up 1 over here, which is going to add a danger die. We're going to move this up 1 over here on this track, and that's going to advance this. This symbol over here is going to have us advancing. And we're going to move up 1, which means we add a danger die. We did block this one, by the way, which means it goes away from the pool, but we are adding another one because of that little red mark over there. Those red marks will be black in the final version, I believe. We're moving up to this row over here, which means we're going to activate both of these benefits. So we're going to add 1 die over here. So we're going to add 1 more die to this pool over here. And then this one over here is re-rolling all, oh, that's bad. You re-roll all yellows. And again, yellow is what we want over here. So we're going to roll these, and we got, oh, that's bad. We got 1, 2 honor lost. So we might lose 2 honor if we don't block those dice. Then we move to the distribute and roll phase, which we just did. We select the share bonuses. We do our squire bonuses. We also get one of these back to our pool because of our once per turn, getting a card over here, getting a die, I mean. And then over here, we have this, which lets us draw 2 cards. Oh my gosh, I love card draw. I love card draw. We're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards and see what we can do as far as, here's where we have our damage. Our damage is now showing up officially, which is nice. We're going to draw 2 cards to our hand over here, see what we can do with that. This is going to go to our deck, and we can spend 2 over there to burn. Ooh, I love that. To remove a die. That removes a die. That is great. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do because removing a die would be great. Let's see what we can do over here. So, we need to think about our chaining over here. Wow, so we have 2 chaining, and the rest don't chain. So if we started, this is not me locking in just yet, this is me just thinking out loud. If we play this here and if we play this here, I can then chain into something else, and I can double the effect of whatever I chain into. This allows me to an infinite amount of times, that's an infinite over here, I can contribute costs over here to gain more on the temple track. So this will help us upgrade, because that would be relevant because I can draw 4 cards. And that's particularly relevant because I can spend them over here, which I really like, although I can spend over here drawing 6 cards. How many cards do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I end with this card, and then I can spend blue over here to purge cards, I can really just work my way towards a very efficient deck right now, which is a little crazy. This combo right here is a little bit of a crazy combination. It's an advanced card too. So this is like the fact that I got this early on, that's just luck of the draw. So if I do this, double the main effect on the next play in action card. I think I like it. I won't be able to do anything with my green cards, unfortunately. Is there anything? Do I want to try to? Because I could play this. I don't think I want to. I think the tricky part is I could do this one to gain a play effect, but I think I'm more focused on purging. Oh, this gives me a play effect too. This gives me a play effect too. So let's do that. Let's do this. We're going to draw our 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got all of our cards. It's a bit of a crazy turn. If we play a card there, let's find our weakest one. Let's play this one over here. This gives me a defense, which would be nice. Do I have more defense coming to me? I might. That one over here requires a double inspiration. I do have double inspiration, but I don't know if I... Interesting. Should I roll it? The double inspiration is rare, but it's possible to get rid of a die early on. That's a strong effect. let me go ahead and let's add the die. So we're going to use our inspiration die. We're going to use it. We're going to roll. Okay. And we got that, which is a card draw plus another play effect. So on the plus side, the play effect's great because we're going to use that, but we don't get that. It's not going to be good now. The card draw doesn't help us because we don't have a card to draw. So let's go ahead and play a card over here. So let's, if we play this card, do I have anything else I want to do? I could re-roll those. If I play this card, because I still can get a play effect right now, I can possibly, that could be worse for me though, because, but I like the idea. I'm gonna play this card. Okay, that's gonna be our play effect from that one, which is going to let me re-roll these, and I got nice, beautiful. Okay, that means I can get rid of another die that way. Then I can still give a blue card to give me that effect there, which I think I'm going to commit this blue card. Okay, this blue card over here is going to allow me to... No, I have this blue card. This blue card is useless. We're going to do this one because it gives me card draw, which I don't need. So we're going to contribute this blue card, which is going to give me another play effect. Okay, that's going to be tucking that, which means we don't yet have a block, but we could get a block. How could we get a block? What's the best block to get, I should really ask. Unfortunately, if I play this one, that's going to be our play effect, and that gives me another play effect. And so what we can do is we can... all the things. There's too much stuff going on here. So we have this play effect. We can still play another card. And we need defense. If I play this card, I can get a defense. But I don't mind losing the honor. I think it's more important to go up the track. So let's focus on getting one defense. That's going to be this one over here is going to be our one defense. And that might end our chain. No, if we do this one over here, let's start another row. Over here. I'm going to give you, this row is going to be our next row. So we get this card from this card. We are going to get an effect over here to block a die, which means we can take the honor loss and block the other die. But that means we would no longer be able to play cards, which is fine because I can pair up these two cards to go underneath there, which I think is fine. But then this card, I kind of want to play this card. But I would have to tuck something in there to get that effect, which I don't love. The other option, I don't know if I have another option. I could play this card. I could burn this card. Oh, these decisions. Okay. Well, I could discard this for 2 play effects, which might be worth it. Almost, not necessarily. This one lets me get rid of a card. But I need 2 blues to activate it, which I don't have. So I don't know if I care about this one as much. The getting rid of a card is great. But I could just play... Okay, so if I play this one right here... If I play this before there, and then I tuck this underneath there, I can't do it. This is too much mental brain power to make this work. But I think I'm going to try to do it anyway. So I'm going to tuck this underneath, and I won't get that for 4 damage, which is unfortunate. I'm torn. I'm trying to figure out the way to min-max this. I think what I might just do is I think I might go ahead and tuck this underneath here. And then I will just play this effect to get 2 more plays, which feels more overkill. But if I can play this, and then I can play this over here, because those will be my 2 more plays. Well, if I play this one, I can chain into something. So this is an easy one to chain into. So I can play this, which will let me chain into that. Sorry for this turn seems overwrought. Also sorry for the cat who's on camera now, or off camera already. But I'm going to play this. That's going to let me burn a card. And also he's going to get into the... Hi, he's right there. He's just hanging out. Top camera it is. Anyways, we're going to burn a card over here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and it's going to be trashing a card. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen. Let's resolve these effects over here. I think I could just trash this card fine. So we're going to trash this card. That's fine. I think I'm being a little inefficient, but it is what it is. We get rid of this. This goes underneath the pool. Let's go ahead and resolve everything. So we have 1, 2, and this can be just go under there first. Whatever. 1, 2, 2 on this track. That means we can go up here and we can take an advanced card. So we're going to be taking one of these advanced cards, trying to build my deck as fast as possible because I do have some trashing going on. This also lets me trash a card, by the way. So I can trash a card. So which card do I want to trash? Although I think I have to do that as I'm going, unfortunately. So I may not have optimized that as well as possible. So it is what it is. We have 1, 2, 3 on this track. So I'm going to move up 1, 2, 3. Which brings us, we can go directly to 1, getting inspiration dice, and then directly to 2 over here. I think that works for me. So we're going to go 1, 2, which means we're going to get another pick of 3 over here, and we're going to get an inspiration dice. So we have 2 picks of 3 we're going to be taking from in a second, and we get one of these dice, which is going to go to our pool. We have our rerolls, which we already used. We are using our block from this to be able to block this, which is going to cause us to lose 1 honor because we're not going to block that. We're going to get rid of the other one from our pool, and I think that is everything. we got our inspiration, we got our 1, 2, 3, and then damage. Damage-wise, we are just doing 2 damage to him, which is not a lot, but I think we're setting ourselves up well for the future. So, let's see how this all works. Let's see how this plays out. Let's get our cards, and let's do our choices, because that was a little bit of an overwhelming turn. Lots of cool things, but I don't think I was as efficient as I could have been. But hey, it's good enough. All right, let's put these over here, and let's see what we can get as far as our card choices. So card choices are going to have these 3, which are... Oh my gosh, let me take a look at the cards here, because these want me to put things underneath them. So we have this one. This one has that, which is good. But that would want to be better served with that one, which is not as helpful, because that combination, it's good for serving multiple things. I think this one is a slightly better one. This lets you draw 2 and go again. Draw 2 and go again is good. We're going to take this one. We're going to take this one over here. That's done. And then we're going to discard these 2 underneath the pile. But we're going to do that one more time. So we're going to take these over here. And we have to take a look. And we have this one. Now this one I think I specifically want. Because first of all, let's just draw and play. But this card over here lets us get 4 out of that. So that could be a single card to get 4 attack on that one. So I think that's a good combination. Let me just analyze. This one lets me deal 3 damage and keep playing, which is also strong. But I think I'm going to take this. So we have a whole lot of rerolls, a whole lot of potential. Let's continue into the next round. So we're going to move this up 1. This round we get a reprieve on that, so nothing's going to happen there. But we're still going to do that, which means we are still adding a wound to our discard pile, which is unfortunate because it is going to go into our pile before we shuffle. And we're going to go ahead and continue. We are going to get a few things after we start this turn. Let's go ahead and draw 5. We advance the enemy track. We distribute dice and roll. We didn't add more dice, so we still have this one coming. So we roll. We got 1 honor loss. We are going to select shared bonuses. So we're going to do the squire bonus over here. And that's going to give us 2 shield, which is more than we need. Also the ability to draw a card by discarding, what's it called? We're also going to get 1 die. We are limited by our pool. So this goes back here. And let's draw 5 cards and see how much we can get done this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we still do have a plus draw 2 over here, which we can possibly use. And let's play these cards. We have this over here. So I always look for the draw symbols first, like the chaining into another action symbol first, because this one would give us a whole lot of these, which is nice. But then after that, we're kind of stuck. We could negate the honor loss, which is not bad. But remember, this is slowly moving up, so we do have to take him down, or eventually we're just going to run out of time, which is not the best. So what can we do? What can we do? This is not the best turn. I might use my draw 2 right now. I might use the draw 2. Yep, we're going to use the draw 2. So that person is going to get discarded. We're going to draw 2 more cards. We got these over here. This is much better. Okay. Okay. So we have these. It's actually, I say much better, but it's not much better. It's marginally better. Because what we can do is we can definitely chain into this over here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm specifically going to do that just in case we don't draw. So that's the order I'm going to start with. In fact, I don't even need to commit to that just yet. Let's draw that. So I'm going to draw 3 more cards over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we do have the doubling effect if we want that. Do we have any damage you can double? Not necessarily. We have plenty of defense, so we don't need any defense right now. We could play... So if we take a blue card... If I take this one, this is a blue card. If I take this and tuck this underneath, then we get to burn a card as well. And again, my discard's empty, so I have to choose a card from my hand, but it might still be worthwhile. I think I'm going to discard this card. I'm going to burn this card. It's a starter card. We're going to get rid of it. And then I'm going to play, that's going to give us a play effect, which means now we play Gerald over here, who's going to let us double the next effect. So we don't get to draw cards, unfortunately, but I think we could go ahead and do this to double that, which would help us move up on those tracks. Not the, although that's not but to double tracks. Ooh. I think it's still fine. The thing is still fine. Getting 2 dice out of it's not bad. We also can possibly get a card draw if we want, but I think right now, if we play this guy, that gives us another placement. We could get another placement out of it as well if we need to. I think we can go ahead and do that to do that. Infinite times we can tuck that underneath to get more on the temple, but again, we're not really doing that over here. So we could place this. We could place this and then do that. That's probably better. So we're going to do that over there and then take these 2 and tuck these 2 underneath here to get the symbol out of it. That's going to give us that. And that lastly gives us a reroll over here, which is primarily important because we might be able to use the reroll to to get rid of the die entirely, which would be good control. But I think that's a pretty straightforward turn. Again, not a lot of damage. We have 4 damage, which is something. But let's go ahead and roll. That's 1. Let's roll again. And we got that one. So I did not get rid of the die, but I am going to block it with those shields that we got. That's basically the round. We're not using our inspiration dice, not this turn. We'll save them for a darker day. And then over here we go, we double the effect. We did that. We have 1. So we have 2 of these dice getting added to our pool, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. So with that 1, 2, 3, we're going to go here and take a new piece of equipment, which I love. I love equipment. All right, and then with the 2 on this track, because 1, 2, we are going to move up to, I guess we're going to move 1 and 1. So we're going to go here, which is going to allow us to gain an honor, which, yeah, we did lose the honor last time. And then from there, I do want to get more heroes, so I think we're actually going to stay where we are. I think the dice were in control enough that I'm not as worried about that. So we're fine. We're fine where it is. Okay, that is going to be that, which means now we can go ahead and take that gear, take that equipment. So let's take a look and see what's going to help us the most. We have passive. Your lions over here are equal to wild. This is going to be very helpful for this as well, by the way, because that lets us activate those abilities. This one over here, when you discard a card, you get an extra turn, or discard a card to get an extra play. And every 2 blues, every 2 temples gives you a plus draw. I think we're going to take Resplendent Pendant over here. I think it's going to give us a lot of flexibility. We're going to add that to our gear. We're going to take these, put them on the bottom, and then we're going to go into the next round. So in the next round, a few things are going to happen. Advance the enemy track. First of all, these all go into my discard pile, which I actually do have this time, which is great. Although for right now, it might get immediately drawn in a second. We shall see. That's going to be our discard pile right here. We are then going to go ahead and we're going to advance the enemy track. So that's going to go up here, which means we're going to advance that, which means we take these 2. These are temporary. We're going to roll them this round, but they will go away. So it's a temporary issue we have to deal with. So we're going to distribute these and roll. We also have to do the enemy effect, which is going to be the top one. So we are once again going to take a wound, putting it into our discard pile. That stays at the top until we clear it, which we have not been doing great on. We're going to roll these over here. We got that, that, and that. So we are incentivized to get rid of that from our deck entirely. We select the shared benefit. So we're going to draw this over here. Enduring Devotion. We have 2 of those, which is great. And then we could also spend that to get 4, which is, again, is going to be helpful from that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see what we can do with this setup over here. We have our wound. We need to get rid of those wounds. And then we have our cards. This is going to be an easy one to play because right now this is going to immediately, we could use the rerolls, which is nice too, but we're immediately going to draw. So we're going to shuffle up our cards over here, draw 2, and get another play out of it, which is fun. So let's see if we can draw 2, get a play. The ankle shatter is not the best, but we'll do what we can. He is wounding us. He is an enemy. We're going to draw 2 over here to our pool. We got another one. Oh my gosh, it's not great. But we did get this, which we can use for that. We have that, which we can use this for that, but we don't want to because we want to use those for wild. That's unfortunate. Although we could use that for here too. There's a lot of things we can do. Let's go ahead and throw this wound down over here. Do I have any... Oh, he's going to let me purge a card. Great. Okay, he's going to let me burn a card, so I'll be able to get rid of that way. We're going to place that over here. I'm going to tuck this underneath it to get rid of that card. And so that's going to get rid of that. We'll resolve that shortly. Then we could place this out, but we have to do this over here. Oh, so we might not activate that, which I don't love. We're going to roll one of our dice because we do get... Oh, I got another die, by the way. I got another die because it started around. So we're going to do that. We're going to roll our first die, and we got a card draw and a play. That's helpful-ish. Helpful-ish. That is helpful, too, because we can convert that directly there. But I think, given the board state, we're going to go ahead and roll another die. We got a double. That's also awesome. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. What we're going to do is we're going to assign... Oh, my gosh. I think I'm just going to go up this track a bunch over here. That's going to reward me with some stuff. So let's go ahead and play this out here. Okay, we also have that play. So we still have a play we can use. Don't forget that. I'm going to assign this here, which is going to give us a die. But I guess I'll use the die that I'm cashing in. So we'll put this die right back here. That's what that's going to do effectively. And I still have a play effect that I can utilize. But I'm trying to balance all of this. This could be used as a double wild. For what purpose? For him, sure. I have to remember that. I have to, I'm going to tuck this. You know, I need to figure out the order. We have our play from this. This is going to go back here. We need this here to resolve that. So we have an extra play. We need to remember that. We are trying to block some of these negative effects, which would be great. Oh, and I played this. I'm going to purge this card over here. We're going to get rid of that. So we got rid of that. And then I could play this, which would give me a play and a draw, which is nice. A play and a draw could be helpful. I do need to cascade into more wounds. So let's use our play effect to get this playing, which is going to let us draw a card. Okay, we have that, which is, again, nice because we can use that as wild towards anything, which means now we can play... Oh, this one lets us place a double for 2. Okay, so if I place this over here as another card that we can play, I'm going to roll this die. I'm going to hold this back just in case. Let's see what we get. We got another double, which is beautiful. So I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to place this on top for 4 damage. So we're currently doing 4 damage. We can bring that up to 8 easily enough, and then possibly 10, but that's not enough to take him out this round. So that's okay. That's okay. We don't need to take him out this round. And then I could... I'm going to roll another die. I'm going to roll another die. We're just doing dice rolling this round. Okay, another double. Oh my gosh. Well, the double's going to go here because it lets us bring a die back, but I don't know if the dice are out of play right now. That's the tricky part. So you know what? I'm not going to use that there. I'm just going to use that here. Even though it's a double, I'm just going to use that over there to activate that. And that lets us play this to activate this. And we can also play this first. So we can play this first and then this. I don't think there's an incentive to hold on to that otherwise. Yeah, I don't think there's an incentive to do that otherwise. We can do this here. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I think over here. I think this is better spent over here. So we're going to get 2 rerolls. But do we even have 2 blocks? No, we don't have 2 blocks. 1 second. We don't have any blocks. We don't have any blocks. That's not good. I think that we're going to play this then, and we're going to roll another die, which means we got a play and a draw. Dear Lord, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. That's not what I wanted. We could play this over here, and then go directly to this, but that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. So we're not getting any blocks this round. That is not great. All right, we're just going to take it. We're going to deal with it. So let's go ahead and play this out over here. So we have nothing from there. They got that. Over here, we did this one over here, so we get to go up 1. So we have 1 and 2 over there. We didn't use the rerolls. Oh, I could use, do I want to use the rerolls for that? No, we're not blocking them. All right, so 2. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. That's what we're doing there. Damage-wise, we're doing 10 damage. So we brought him down to 10, which is amazing. Means we're going to be going to the next boss next round, but we still have to deal with them this round. So we're going to resolve that. We're going to take 2 honor loss, 1, 2, and we move up these 2 tracks twice each. So this one's going to move over here, which is going to give us an inspiration die, which I'll take, I guess, because now these dice are available to take back into the pool. And this one moves up 2 as well, which gives us a potion at the cost of skipping a hero. I don't want to skip a hero, but I have to get 3 in 1 round, which is doable. I want the heroes. I think the heroes are fun. We're gonna stay where we are. We're not gonna advance. It's cool. It's cool. Or am I being I think I'll go up. I'll go up over here. We're gonna take a potion card. I hate it, but we're gonna do that. Okay, great. That's gonna be our turn. This card's over here is gone. Back to the bottom of the pool. And we're going to take these cards again. Let's take all these and let's see what we can do. And then go to the next round. What do we get for our potion? We have the Vow of Stone, which is, I guess, helpful enough. And these are gone. This is gone. And the 10 damage was great. Oh, no, we have these 2. We have these 2 over here. I'm wrong. The Vow of Stone is going to get shuffled back in because we can go from here. We could take the hero. So I'm going to shuffle this back into the deck over here because we had these 2, which means technically we had 4. So I actually had plenty there. So we are going to take a hero instead, which is awesome because I like heroes more than I like potions. Let's take 3 hero cards and pick 1. 1, 2, 3. We have Jasper over here. Turn 2 into 3. Okay, that's not bad. It's useful-ish. It's not like I'm not loving. We have Squire Mirror, so it just gives you 3. This might turn all 2s into 3s. I wonder what that does. I might need a reference on that. But over here, we simply have Squire Mirrors, who simply gives us 3 damage, which I like that a lot, and then infinite ability to do this, and this is infinite defense over here, which is fine. But yeah, I think we are going to take Squire Marius over here. Squire Marius is going to go to our discard pile. These 2 will go underneath the pile. And then we're going to get rid of these 2 temporary dice. But we're moving up again over here, which means we're adding 2 permanent dice to the pool, which is not great. And we're once again adding our wound to our discard pile. So we are going to now take the distribute and roll dice effect. So we're going to have to deal with these. And we have that, a double honor loss, which we could block it, but it's double honor loss. And then we are going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take a die from that card, and we're going to draw a new Squire card, which is going to give us 4 damage. So this round, we have to do no damage, because damage won't carry over. That would have been great last round. We could have cleared him last round. So we have our 5 cards. Our goal here is just survival, taking out the enemy, and doing what we can. So, to that end, also, I'm worried we're going to move past the end of the threat track here. I'm worried we're just going to take too much time to do this. That's the biggest issue I have, because we're going to be able to do this like this. We can do this over here for that, quadruple draw situation and draw all our cards, which is amazing. But it does mean that we are drawing 6 cards right now. It's overkill. That combination, Elder Gerald combined with Discerning Awareness, I'm loving it, but I just feel we're going to do a ton of damage that's not going to be helpful. Had that card come out last round, all this damage could have been going towards the next thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we got our 6 cards. We are easily going to go ahead and buy ourselves another play effect by tucking this underneath over here. That's going to give us a play effect, and it's also going to let us burn a card, so we're going to burn our wound. So we're doing great as far as wounds go, but we need to accelerate our damage. We already have 4 damage, which is enough to take him out, so we don't even need to think about that. So we're just trying to play survival and defense, possibly. Defense is where it's helpful, because, what is this card? This card should have been shuffled in, I believe. This from last turn, I just wasn't there. We're going to shuffle that up over there. So we have no defense right now, which is a slight problem. We have lots of other things, and we also have the ability to reroll, which is great, I believe. So we're going to take this card over here, which is going to give us 2 more card draw. So we got 2 more card draw over there, and then we are going to tuck this card underneath it. Which card do I want to tuck? Card draw could be useful. Yeah, we'll tuck this card underneath it. We'll tuck this card underneath it, and we'll earn 2 rerolls. So we're going to take a reroll on this one and a reroll on this one to manage our honor loss. And we got, well, honestly, the exact same things, almost the exact same things. So we still need more defense there. What else can we do as far as this goes? We could assign a die there, draw a card, and play a card. So right now, if we don't need we don't need that. We could go ahead and place him, and then we could place him underneath here, which is going to let us, again, do a reroll. So we're going to reroll our honor loss. We got down to 1 honor, so it's at least better in that sense. Still trying to get other effects, but I think we're straight out of rerolls. We have this over here, and then this over here. We have lots of abilities to do things. We could chain into this and this. I think we will roll a die and see what we get. We got a double. Double. Can a double help us out anywhere else? A double can help us out over here, which can give us a die right back, which means I'll go ahead and roll a die again. We got a single. We'll use a single over here to draw a card and get another play effect should we want one, which means I'll play this and get a double reroll. But we're gonna. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point because we have no shields. We have no shields. I need shields. That's the real problem. But we at least got this over here, but we got the double honor. I think we're kind of stuck. I wish I had a single shield, but I don't have anything. I could roll these for draw effects, but I don't have any draw effects left. I think we've done it. We could do an inspiration for a reroll. I don't think it's worth it at this point. Okay, that's gonna be the round. So we did that. Despite all the things we got, we still didn't get enough over here. Let's go ahead and resolve it. So damage is going to kill him. He's going to die, which is going to have an effect. We'll show you how that plays out soon. We'll reset the enemy health in a minute. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 on the monarchy track. Based on where we are, we can go up to 2 over here and gain back an honor, which is good because we're going to lose it, as well as a potion. Then we have that. Let's burn a card. That's nice. Then we have the ability to get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 it looks like. 1, 2, 3 on this track, which means we're going to go over here and be able to get another hero, which is nice. So we're going to take another hero, adding it to our discard pile, and I think that's going to be everything as far as these effects go. So we're going to take all these, we're going to put them into our discard, and we're going to see what else is joining our discard from these 3 heroes. We have card draw and discard, which is nice. Burning cards is nice, but I haven't really been using that. I think this one's nice because getting more of that, but that's our wild effect. Which isn't as helpful. I think we need to start burning some cards over here, which is burning some, not cards, some of the enemies. This triple reroll could be helpful, but the double over here, that is harsh, but I could use that towards it. I think I'll do it. I think I'm going to do that one. All right, we're going to see what we can do. I think my cat just flinched from that. All right, we're going to put those away over here, and we're going to continue with the next round. So, discard any cards, draw up to 5, pass leader. So we're going to draw our 5 cards. I guess technically, I think there was that one round where I was supposed to draw earlier, and I put a wound in my discard pile, and that's actually not supposed to have happened. Let's go to resolve this. All players play cards simultaneously. Actually, yeah, I think that works. Okay, great. Okay. So we're going to draw 3 cards over here, 3 more cards. Put this down here, and let's resolve the killing the enemy. When you kill the enemy, we're going to draw 2 trade cards and pick 1. That's going to affect our team over here, giving us options. So we can either get this over here, but then we are going to immediately discard the top card of your, just trash the top card of your draw pile. That's not fun. Technically, I think that would have been a different card, but it is what it is. Or we can get each resolution phase. Would we prefer more piety or more nobility? I think we'll take more nobility. I think we'll take that. So we're going to take that as our trait. That's going to join us down over here. And then we're going to discard the top card, trash the top card of discard pile, which is a starter card. At least that's nice. And then we're going to reveal the next enemy. The next enemy is going to be a Fallen Knight. He's going to go up to 20 health. because again, we are playing with that -5. So instead of 25, it's going to be 20. Let's see what we can do. So we got our 5 cards. We are going to distribute and roll dice. This is going to go down to the beginning over here, which means this does move up 1, which means we add a die, which we're going to have to distribute and roll that. We're also going to have to do his effect, which is going to add 2 temporary dice. We are going to have a hard time over here. Let's roll over here and see what we got. We have 1, 2. Oh, I believe I didn't do it correctly. I'm supposed to lose 2 honor, 1, 2, and add 2 wounds, which I guess I'm going to shuffle them into my discard pot, into my draw deck, because they would have been there at some point. So apologies for that. So it was a 2 honor. I forgot, honestly. I may have done that slightly wrong. But this roll is pretty good. This roll is, we got 2 of these, which I can ignore. We have 2 more honor loss. So right now we're going to be losing 4 honor unless we can block those dice. I'd love to get a ton more block, but I'm not seeing a ton of block right now, which is a challenge. Let's see what we can do as far as card draw, or even rerolls. So let's go ahead and start with rerolls. We're going to play her. We're going to reroll 3 dice that are, currently hurting us. And we got those double honors. Double honor, even better. Even better. Lovely. So now we might lose this turn. We might lose this turn. How dare they? Let's go see what we got. So we're going to add a die to our pool. We're going to see what we get as far as this card goes. We got 3 of those. That would be great, but that's not what we need right now. We need shields. I am so low on shields in this build. It's insane. What can we do? We can play this to draw another card. That certainly doesn't hurt, although it is a double. It's a double, which is great in theory, because I can put up over here, because that's wild for me. The alternative is I just draw a card. 1 second. What do I want to do? A double can activate this. This can help us draw a card. Drawing cards is good. This 3 is not what we need right now. We already have 3 coming our way. We can go up 1, 2. Yeah, it's because 3, if we get 6, we do going from 2, 4, 8. It's not enough. 2, 4, 6, 9. We have to get to 9. So yeah, I'm going to play this and draw a card. We'll see what we get out of this. We have him double the effect on the next card, which could be helpful-ish. But I still need more card draw. So we're going to roll this over here and see what we got. We have that. What can we use that for? We could use that for 2 rerolls. We could use it for 4 damage. I can get 4 damage out, but it's not enough. I'm not doing enough right now. We're going to play this over here. Well, let's see. If we play this here, and we play this here, then that gives us a bunch of things. This gives us a die, which is great. This gives us a doubling effect, so we're going to be able to double reroll. So we're going to take these 2 and reroll these, hoping for something less hurtful. Wounds are less hurtful. And then we can reroll again. So I'll reroll this honor loss and this wound, hoping for something again. That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, we're in a good position now. Not a great position, but a good position. And then we can use this card over here to activate this for more rerolls. Are we that crazy? I also have this, though. So I can activate this and this, because this is wild, to get 3 crowns. So I think I'm going to do that. This is a good enough round. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this card over here and this over here to get 3 crowns out of that 3 monarchy. So let's see what this is going to play out for. So we took our die. I think we took our die. If we didn't, it's too late now. I forgot. And then we take 2 on blue, which means we can go up directly there, regaining 1 honor, which I don't love. I would have rather gotten that one, but it's fine. I need to work my way towards purging dice. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this track, which means we can use that to go. I can go 2, 2. I can go here, then here, which is not cool. I can go here, then here, which is cool. So we're going to go up 1 here, and we're going to draw 3 equipment cards, which I love equipment. Okay, great. So we're going to draw 3 equipment cards and pick those. Let's see. This would be so good. Honestly, with my reroll cards, I think the Vicious Halberd is what we need. This is a starting card, by the way. And with the rerolls I have, that would be 8 damage to the enemy right now. 8 damage. That would be insane. So because I have a lot of reroll control, I think that is definitely the card to take for this current build. I'm actually really happy I got that. Then we are going to take 2 wounds, unfortunately, because we have to, because rules are that way. We also could have purged a card, but we didn't, so it is what it is. Although I guess I could use it to purge one of these cards, which I guess I'll do that soon. Okay, so we're going to play that. We're going to be done there. That's that, and we now move to, we did that, resolve, apply, discard any, drop to 5. So let's go ahead and drop to 5. 1. Oh, each resolution phase. I have 2 more. Can I use that? I had 6. I don't think I could have. I could have gone here. Yes, I could have gone here, then here, then here. So I could get rid of a die. So we're going to get rid of a die. It doesn't really matter which one we get rid of. That's gone. These two are temporary. They're gone. And then we have these. Okay, so I forgot about the nobility card over here. So we still have these as part of our pool. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are our new cards for this coming round. Which means now we move to the advancing the enemy track phase. The enemy track's going to go up 1. We're going to move this up 1. We get three more temporary dice. We are in so much trouble. It's not even fun. Then over here, we're going to, oh no, he's going to heal 3. He's going to get 3 health. Now, I don't know if he heals above his total, but we're going to give it to him. We're going to give it to him, because why not? Then we're going to roll these dice. I have to take all of them. And we got this one, which is nice, because that's going to be 2 damage for him. And then these, which we're going to have to re-roll as much as possible. And there was no honor loss last round, just wounds, which was nice. So, let's see what we can do over here. We can play this to immediately draw 3 cards, which I think is good. So we're going to play that. We're going to tuck this under that, which is going to help us burn this wound. We're keeping our wounds in check, which is amazing. And then we draw 3 cards. And we also get an additional play effect. We also should draw this and take a die. That's going to give us 3 inspiration. Oh my gosh, 3 inspiration dice. That's a little annoying. I think, when do I take it? So this is the tricky part. I'm not sure exactly where in the phase I take it. Could I have like spent things first? Could I take it at any point? I'm not entirely confident. Let's see. Squire effects are going to be immediately gain its main effect. So we're going to take the last die. We're just going to get 1 die out of it instead of all 3, which is a shame. But we do have rerolls, and we do like rerolls. Let's take a look at our 3 cards. And again, we do have an additional play effect, which is great. So if we play this, then that's going to let us draw 2 more cards. And we're going to get rerolls out of that too. We have Marius over here. This is going to be a good turn. This is going to be a good turn. We're going to spend one of these over here to roll it. We got that. That's going to give us 2 rerolls. We're going to spend it on this and on this, I guess. I want to get rid of... Well, we're not doing blocking yet, so let's just do these 2. Okay, so we minimize the damage, which is better, but we're really trying to get rerolls out of this. That was spent on this over here. What else can we do? We can do that for 2 rerolls, but let's do one thing at a time. We're going to play Squire Marius, which is going to give us 3 damage, which is great. We can also assign one of these down here for a reroll, which I think is worth doing. We're going to tuck this underneath him, which is my wild, which I don't love, but I think it's worth getting a reroll out of it. We're going to do this one, and we got beautiful. Okay, that's 4 damage coming his way now because of this card. And we still have plenty of dice, which I really should start using more. So I think we'll do this to draw 2 more cards, which is going to be 1 from here. And we got that, which is not great. Before we do that, we're going to spend this. We're going to spend this remedy to get rid of this card from our deck. So we're going to purge that from our discard pile. And that card's going to go away. And then we're going to shuffle it up and draw our 1 more card, I guess, now. We got 1 more card now. And we need to pay for the next play effect, which is where things get slightly messy. But I think I'm feeling good about how much damage we're going to deal with in this round. Alright, we got that more as our 1 more card effect, which is awesome. That's a reroll card, which we do like. But the problem is, the rest of these cards are not really helping our cause. So, in order to get another play effect, how can I can put a card underneath here, which I knew that. But I'm going to spend a die to do that because I don't think I'm getting... That's a shield. Okay, we can use that to block a die. That's going to be helpful. So we're going to use that to tuck this in here, which is going to remove that and get rid of this. Okay. Discard up to 2 over here. Okay, we discard up to 2 each round. That's good to know. I didn't realize there was a cap on that. So we got rid of one of those. We're going to roll another one of these. And we got this over here. This could be helpful for a variety of places. I think it's most helpful if we put this here and we tuck this here. That's going to be 4 more damage, which means we're going to roll another one of these. We got that. That's going to be technically... I'm going to have rolled that first because I would have wanted that to get the replay. I needed the play ability, which means we still have play ability. And this one over here, this would take specifically an inspiration. Is this a Squire card? Did I somehow take a Squire card? I don't know how I have a Squire card in this board. I don't know where this came from. I feel like I must have taken a card from the wrong place right now. We're going to tuck this underneath here and not worry about where that came from. But that means I should have 1 more card draw. So we have that, which is not what I want. And so these, I could theoretically tuck these. I could get the rerolls, which again, as I do want. Technically, by the way, this is still in play, which is important because of that. The rerolls are great for this. Both of these require those. I think I'm going to roll this again. I'm going to get rid of all my dice this round. Another shield. Okay, so that's going to be great. So we're going to roll to block the next one too. So that's going to be helpful to getting rid of 2 permanent dice, which is, it's good. It's good. We have some issues here, but we're doing good. What else can I do? I still have a play. So I could play these 2 cards and then finish with a purge and tuck this. I think that might be the way to go. I don't like it, but I think it's the way to go. And this can go ahead and burn this. So this is going to burn that. So we're going to get rid of these 2 cards. And then that's basically, we'll just tuck that in there for the seeing the pattern over here. Don't tuck anything underneath on here, unfortunately, but I think that's fine. So where this is going to end is we're going to go ahead and get 4 wounds, okay? We're going to get 4 wounds into our discard. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the bad news. The good news is those gray dice are temporary, and these 2 are going to deal 4 damage to him, plus my 4 from here is going to be a total of 8, plus 3 is 11. So we're going to go down from 13 to 12. Which is a great amount of damage, but these dice are going to go away, so we really did a good job keeping things in check and control over here. As far as symbology over here, we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all we get. 5. 5 over here. So we're going to move a 5 on this track, which means we could go straight to getting a new card, or we can go over here to get a potion, but I won't be able to do both, so I'm going to go ahead and get a new card. So I'm going to focus on getting a new card, and we'll see what we can get. So these are the 3 new cards we can add to our deck. None of them have any block, none of them have any reroll, so this one does have double that, which is nice. These ones have damage, this one has damage and thing. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to take that, I'm going to do that. Alright, these go underneath the deck, and we're going to continue into the next set. These all go away. I spent all my dice this round, and we're going to take these cards and put them into my discard pile, and continue into the next phase. So we go to drawing up to 5. We're going to draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my entire deck over here. Then we're going to go to the next. We're going to advance the enemy track. He's going to do his purple ability. So we're going to have to discard 2 cards. That is brutal. So we're going to look at our 5 cards over here. Where are those wounds? Those wounds would have been great to discard. So what I discard? Also, that moved up 1, which means we go to there, which is a breather. So we do have a breather, at least as far as that goes. But we're going to need a breather because I don't think we're making this through. As far as these cards over here, as much as Exalted is excellent, I think that Exalted has no chaining right now, and the others have chaining. So we are going to discard Exalted. We also don't have the card draw I want. We do have 6 rerolls, which would be great, but we're not actually getting more dice. We only have 1 die right now. So I think because of that, she's actually currently not as great. So we're going to discard her. Okay, great. That's going to be our starting cards over here. So we're going to go ahead and do that, which means now we do a few things. We're going to gain our die from this one once per turn. Technically, I should be taking that later in the turn, by the way, to optimize, because you don't have to do it right away. You can do it later in the turn. So I actually had some degree of inefficiency, but it's okay. And then we are going to flip over the Squire card, and the Squire card is going to give us 2 of those, and we also can spend 2 to do 6 damage, which is great because he's at 12. So 12 is, we can hopefully take him out this round, because otherwise he's going to heal again. So let's try to take him out. I don't know if that's doable. We have to roll this die. We only have the 1, but it's a 2, so that's not great. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to start with this, and we're going to play, you know what? No, actually, I'm going to start with rolling a die. And we got a shield. Okay, so we can use the shield to place that there. We're going to roll another die. We got double wild, and we're going to roll a 3rd die, and we got a single wild. So we didn't get the card draw. So because of that, we are going to play into that, which means we're going to draw 2 cards now, which doesn't feel like enough cards considering how tight that hand is. So we'll see. We'll see. I can do 6 damage to him easily. I don't know if I can do the other 6, and that means he's going to heal back up by 3, which is so bad. So bad. Okay, well, you know what? We're doing what we can over here. We are doing what we can. Okay. Although I still kind of want to reroll that if I'm able to, so we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Alright, we got 1 and 2. Those are our 2 cards. The one we discarded! Lovely. Not actually lovely, by the way. But it's okay because we draw this one over here, which lets us draw 2 more cards. So 2 more cards is helpful because it's probably going to be a wound, and hopefully not another wound. Great. We have Squire Marius. Squire Marius will deal 3 more damage. So now we deal 3 more damage. I can do 2 with this. I can do 2 with this, but that's not enough. Okay, so let's assign... I think we're going to... This one could be used for a reroll. This one could be used... So we're going to assign this one. Okay, we're going to assign this one over here to do the reroll. We're going to get 2 rerolls, because if I can deal... Nope. I need to get the other one. Nope. Did not get it. That would have been fun. I still have rerolls from over here, and rerolls from over here. So I'm going to assign this one to over here. We're just hoping for a single yellow over here. So we're going to roll, and we got another one over there. We got 1 more, and there we go. Perfect. So now that's going to deal 2 damage. So now if I assign this over here with a double inspiration, we have 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 2 is 13. So we're killing him this turn. There's a shot. a shot at looking like we can do damage, not necessarily actually doing damage. Unfortunately, we're not able to get rid of this one, which is fine. That's okay. It'll just stay in play, clogging things up. So to resolve that, we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 over here. So that's not a ton, but we can use that to burn 2 dice, but we don't need to. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. So we're going to go up here and gain an honor, I guess. We'll go up there, gain an honor, because yeah, that's kind of deflating actually. He is going to die, which is nice, which means we're going to get another trait. So we're going to get rid of him. We're going to introduce the new enemy, and we have him going to 30 health minus 8. Oh my gosh, so 30, so he goes on 22. 22, that also probably means he's very, very bad. Cannot use equipment this round. That's horrible. That's horrible. We're going to draw our traits and see what we got as far as that goes. We were able to kill him, which is nice. This one over here, immediately add 3 gray dice or immediately take a wound. And this one is each enemy face taking 2 of these or each enemy face taking a draw. I think I'll take the 2 dice. I think I'd rather take the wound. Although you could make the argument that I have so much reroll that adding 3 enemy dice just helps us deal more damage to him. And we get a card draw. But I think I'm going to take this one. I think, and this is a balance thing as well, because this affects all players. This affects one player, but because I'm only one person, I think the vigor is better. So we're going to do that. That's going to be these. These are all going to go away. This was actually cleared out, by the way, so he has no dice entering right now. But this is going back to the beginning, which means we are adding 2 more black dice we'll have to deal with. Let's go ahead and clear all this and put it into our discard pile, along with that wound over here, and see where this is going. So it goes to the front level. We have to discard a card. So not great. We added the wound already, and let's go ahead. Advanced enemy track we just did, distribute and roll. So we're going to roll these over here, and we got 2 wounds potentially. And then we could add, we have to resolve this over here. We get 2 dice at the, each enemy phase. Okay, so we get 2 dice right now. That's now, not later. We have a shield, which is great, and possibly 2 more dice if we assign one. So overall, good enough. What am I doing? I think I'm shuffling my draw deck, although I don't know why. I could have just drawn. I don't think it matters, but it is what it is. So, 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All upside down and also a little violent. Let's place these. What happened here? This is these. So we have these 2 cards for those. And we have 3 wounds in our opening hand. Holy freak. At least we can discard a card safely. Which one do we want to discard? We'll discard this one. Beautiful. Done. Okay. Now, this is our opening hand. And what an opening hand it is. What an opening hand. Let's go ahead and place this to draw 3 cards. Okay, that's a good start. 1, 2, 3. All right. We have our rerolls that we're hoping for, which we can use to deal damage back to him, but we need to get a play back out of it. Now, we could use this for wild, which I think we will do. We're going to use that for our wild, which is going to let us burn a card. So we're going to burn one of these and also in fact, actually, I'm going to burn the other one. We're going to burn the other one, and then we're going to get a play effect. So now I can chain into multiple plays over here. So we could go ahead and play this right now, which is going to get us 3 rerolls, which I think is worth doing because, again, rerolls can deal damage back to him. So we're going to roll both of these, and we got 1, and then we're going to roll this one, and got that. Okay, so we're doing fine enough. 2 damage back to him, and possibly the ability to get rid of a die. This one lets us burn a card. This one lets us draw a card. We're going to draw 2 cards. So we're going to draw 2. Keeping in mind, by the way, I have not used this ability to take a die. I've actually been holding off this time. Oh, and this is going to be blocking, so that's going to go over here. We'll take the honor loss. We're okay with that. Now, we do have double that, which is fine, but I think we're going to roll a die. So we're going to roll a die over here. We got this, which will help us block that one, which is great, but also useless. We're going to roll this one over here, and we got that, which is what I was hoping for-ish. We're going to place that there so we can get another card draw, which means now we can take 2 dice back into our pool, which, again, is good enough as far as things go. We also could spend that. I'm going to spend the thingy. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we still have a card draw over here, which means we can burn a card, and we have reroll still. So playing the rerolls is helpful, but then I don't have another play. So we're going to roll this and see what we get out of it. We got that. So we're going to use that to spend on that and take 2 more dice, and then that's going to let us roll a card. We got the wild. We're going to roll another one. We got the wild. We're going to roll another one. We got the boom, the card draw, and another play. That's what I wanted. So we got the card draw, another play. We can place this over here. Is that the right move? I think it's not the wrong move. We could either use it for this, but I think it's not the wrong move. So we're going to get that into that, and then this as its new play. Our new play is going to go towards there. And then we have these. This is going to be purged with that, so we don't have to worry about anything there. That's going to be gone. And then, wait, what was that card? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Nope. We're going to take this back over here. We're going to use this. We're going to use this over here with that and this to burn this card. So get rid of 2 wounds over there, 2 wounds. And then we're going to use our remaining. That's going to go away. And this is going to go here towards blocking. So that's going to give us a block, which means now we have 2 block, which means both those are gone. And we still use our 2 rerolls over here. So we got beautiful, beautiful. Okay, great, great. So now we play this out over here. We're going to deal 4 damage to him. So he's going to get down to 18, which feels good, but also we are slowly running out of time. We might die. We might die. But our honor's safe. Our honor's safe. We have a lot more control right now. More control than I thought we would. All these dice go away. We lose all those dice, unfortunately. I think I took my extra die. I don't remember if I did my once a turn die. Whatever. It is what it is. And then over here, we did not activate this. We activated these. We did this one over here. So 1, 2. We have 1, 2 on this track. Is that enough to go up? It's not enough to go up. So we simply won't. And this track, we have 1, 2, which is also not enough to go up. So we're prioritizing winning at this point, but we are not getting progression on those tracks, which could help for control. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's put these into the discard pile, and let's resolve the advance. Well, draw 5 technically happens first, and then we're going to resolve the enemy track shortly. Okay, I'm happy with the 4 damage. I'm not happy with the fact that we have 3 rounds to kill him. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, but it might be doable. Although we can't use equipment this round, no. This round, we won't be able to use equipment right now, which is unfortunate. All right, we got our 1, 2, 3, 4 more cards. This goes here. Let's see what we got. Advanced enemy track. This goes up 1 over here, which means we're going to go up here. We're going to add 2 more black dice. These 2 were gone. They were both blocked. So we have 2 more black dice. We're going to distribute them and roll. We cannot use enemy cards this round. We have that and that. So we won't be able to do any of those things. We can't, equipment cards, not enemy cards. That's that. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. We have our favorite draw into 4. So we're going to draw into 4 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have this, 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 and this. We do have that one. We have rerolls galore, but I think we just need, we need our Squire card. We still get that over here, which gives us 2 of that and potential to block. But blocking's not our issue. Our issue is damage, which honestly, this combo over here has been everything as far as managing damage. Next round, we're going to have 3 more dice heading our way, which actually can help us. That's the nice part. This one over here, we can't use wiles right now, so we can't. We do get this card. This card is still going to give us 2 dice over here, which is helpful. So before I cascade into that, let's roll one of these and see what we got. Beautiful. The reason that's beautiful is because we're going to draw 3, and if we don't draw a blue, we have this to be able to spend on that. I'm not for sure spending it yet. Let's see what we got for the 3. Okay, a block I don't even care about. We're going to use the block, and we're going to save that. Okay, so we got that there, and then we can move into there to take another die, another inspiration die. Probably, unless I want to save it for anything. Rerolls I don't care about. I want damage beyond belief, so we're going to take this one over here, and we could use this draw to the card, but I think we're just going to use it to do the damage over here, because we want to get damage on them as much as possible. We do have rerolls, which is good, but not necessarily helpful, per se. We need a blue to get rid of that card. So we'll see how we play this out. If we go here, we get 3 rerolls, so we're going to reroll both of these. That's 1, and we get one more reroll on this. Nothing. Okay. Do we have blocks? We have the potential for 1 block over here. We still have another card we can play over here. We can also use... I have 2 more rerolls with this one, but I might combine this and this. If only that was... If only. I might combine this and this. Let's roll another die. Double wild. Double wild. Okay. Okay, I can work with that. We're going to put this on there to get that effect. Which means I still am trying to resolve. This one can go into there. Do I have another play? I don't think I have another play. So this might just get lost, which is fine. Let's go ahead and place this here to burn that card. And that can change chain into one of these, but then neither one of these is going to be helpful. I'd pick one. I think I might just go with damage, because this is blocked anyway. I think, right? We have a block. Do we have a block anywhere? Why do I feel we have a block, but I don't think we actually have a block? I'll take the wound. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, no, we don't have a block. We don't have a block. Blocking that would take it out of the pool, and I actually don't want that right now. I'm just going to take the wound. That way, these 2 are going to be dead cards. It is what it is. Okay, so let's resolve. We have 1... Oh, I didn't take that die as we went. Okay, so I can take that one over there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, which should be enough to go up. It's enough to get rid of 2 dice, which I don't want to. Can I get 1 more out of it? Maybe I do this one. Because I want to get that hero. Okay, we're going to place this one instead. Okay. Okay. So, in that case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to allow us to go here, which is going to allow us to take one of these cards. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3 and pick one shortly. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Which should allow us to get something. We're going to go up there and take another one of those. Another hero. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do 2 piles of 3 over there, getting 2 new heroes for our deck. We'll see how that plays out shortly. And that also means we get reroll, so I may as well reroll this twice more. Beautiful. Done. And then we don't have any block, which is fine. I actually kind of want them in the pool. We are doing 4 damage with this one over here, and no other damage, so he's going to go down to 14. Alright, for a round that we can't use our equipment, I'm okay with how that played out. These will go away. We're going to make our picks in a second, but let's first get rid of all these and see where things are. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock. Alright, let's take a look at these cards. We got this, this, and this. We're not really doing a lot of potions right now. This one, every crown. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, considering we need damage, Cedric is coming. Set a die to that. That's helpful-ish, but it's only 2 damage, and I think we need more damage than that. Every crown, every monarchy. Yeah, I think the monarchy, I think that's important. We're going to take that one for sure. These are going to go underneath the stack. And then we're going to take the next batch over here. Let's see what the next batch is like. And we have, again, shielded dice equal the damage. But we're not really shielding. That is a damage. Oh my gosh, Squire Godwin and Squire Cedric, you are a perfect team. Love the fact that you came up like that. Okay, we now go into discard any, draw up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which means we have to go ahead and shuffle and get those Squire Cedric and Squire Godwin at the top of the deck, ideally, using my magic skills where I can, manipulate the deck and do a little bit of, a little fancy cutting or whatnot to get them directly to the top. Did I get them to the top? Nope, I got flow state to the top. Close enough. Okay. Then we are going to move into advanced enemy track. This is going to move up here. We're going to add 3 dice over there, but we also are going to move this up over here, which gives us a reprieve turn. So we do have a reprieve turn. We have one more turn. We have this turn and one more turn to take them down. It's going to be tight. We're going to roll all these dice because I did not shield them. They are all in play. And we got 1, 2 already. That was 2 already. So 4 damage is being done to him already. And these temporary ones are, because again, I kind of want the dice right now. We'll hope to use them against him. And then we need to do 14 damage. Let's see what this last Squire card is. 2 damage. Okay, 2 damage plus a draw, which is great. We're going to get 2 dice during the enemy phase from this card. This 2, well, let's see what we can do. All right, let's start off one step at a time. Let's go ahead and let's play this. We're going to play this over here. Oh, we can do an infinite amount of these. Oh, that's cool. That's cool because that could be helpful with if we need to get that freaking Squire. All right, we're going to play that. Then we're going to play this. We're going to draw 2 cards. Okay, that gives us another play effect if we want to, but which is we're going to definitely take advantage of. We're going to roll a die to see what we get. We got that. We're going to use that to get another play. We're going to play this over here. Draw 2 cards. Okay, give us the Squire. Squire Godwin and Squire Cedric. You are a perfect team. Let's see what we can do together. Okay, those are amazing. I love those heroes. Okay, fine. Okay, cool. So we should be able to kill him this turn. We'll see if that happens. We're going to play this over here to draw 3 cards and go 1, 2, 3. Watch it be a bunch of wounds. We got first wound. Okay, we have Lady Margot over here, which is going to be helpful too. We do need another play effect, so we need to generate a wild. Beautiful. Keeping in mind, I have not taken my die for that yet. So now we get to burn a card, which will burn we'll burn that. And we'll also get a play out of it, which means we can play into Lady Margot over here. Lady Margot is going to give us 3 rerolls, so we're going to reroll these 3 over here. Did not help us at all, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But she does give us the ability to possibly generate more things, and that could be very helpful because this alone is going to generate 3 over there. And now we have Squire Godwin. Let's do a quick recap of what damage we're dealing. At the moment, we're dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, and that 3, 4, we killed him. We did it. We absolutely did it. Okay, great. So we're going to tuck this. We're going to put this over here as our final card there. We are going to, in fact, no, we're going to use this for 2 rerolls because I think it's cool to end on a reroll. And we're going to spend these 2 underneath here because you can do that an infinite amount of times. In fact, actually even better because these are wild over here. We're going to spend it under Lady Margot to place another 2 under there. That's going to be her. I don't know if you can fully see that. You could. We got 2 rerolls, so let's spend those 2 rerolls. And we got another one of these, which is beautiful, which means on our final turn, what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 wounds, and we're going to generate the following: 6 damage, 8 damage, 11 damage. That brings us to down to 3. Okay, it goes down to 3. And then, because of Squire Sir Cedric over here, this 2, and then it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're doing another 9 damage. That's a bit of a crazy turn, and we take out 4 Sworn Sentinels on the second last turn. I totally thought we were going to lose. Also, a reminder, you can use this handy dandy tracker to track all your things. I think it's better in a competitive game. It might be decent in a solo game too, but when you're counting your own stuff, it doesn't matter as much. But each player has their own, you can add it together, totally changes things up as opposed to everyone having to remember a bunch of numbers. Anyways, that has been a solo playthrough of Honor's End. Make sure to take a look at the pinned comment down below for potentially anything I did wrong, any mistakes I made. There's like small things that I'm not 100% certain of, but I think I generally got this right. But I'll send this video to the IV team so they can tell me anything I did wrong, which I guess now is a homework assignment. They have to watch the video, but whatever. Anyways, that's been a gameplay of Honor's End. Go ahead and check out the crowdfunding campaign page. This is not a sponsored playthrough, by the way. This is me just wanting to play it solo because I just played it for the first time multiplayer and I wanted to get a sense of what the solo felt like. And I was like, you know what? I can show you what the solo feels like as I dive into this. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, I hope you have a good one.